Howdy. Howdy, y'all. Okay, got another cup of coffee. Spilled the whole daggone thing all over my foot. Had to wash my flip-flops off on that one. Anyway, as you can see, I got my nice cup of coffee. It's still got branches and leaves on it. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick one today. We're getting ready to take off. We were supposed to take off last night, but it kept getting so late, and I ran a few errands with my daughter yesterday, Ashton and Sullivan, and we actually went for a nice lunch yesterday over at the farmer's market, and we were able to get some provisions and stuff for Tim and I to take off. And there's his old car. Anybody want to buy a car? Needs work, but we can't figure out how to do the mechanics on it. Anyway, so we're going to be using this, and it's a little messy in the front cab right now, but I got all packed up in the back here, and I just wanted to show you how I was rolling out. And we're going to make this work one way or the other, or two people, we're going to make it work. There's so many different things I've learned, so it's time to put that theory into practice now. But everything got wet last night. I actually have a flat table that folds out, and I've got 2 chairs and a tent up there, which the tent is broken, so we're going to be fixing that. It's one of the poles got messed up. And then again, here's the back. Let me find a safer place for my coffee this time. Okay. Yeah, so I'll be putting out a video on how I pack this up, but this is how we're rolling out for now. I got the beds all done up in there. Actually, I'll take this out and you can see. I put a couple blankets on top, and that's the best way I've found because they're flat. And then what you have here is a sleeping bag. Now that's got, I'll show you in a minute, that's got a blanket and a sheet inside. And then I have our foam padding, okay, with a sheet on top of that. So foam padding with the sheet, and then we each have our own separate sleeping bag. Wow, that's nice and cushiony. It's gonna be so comfy. And then I'll go around to the side and show you. Okay, so we each have a bin of clothing, which can then go into the front seat. And we've got our food and then a bucket for utilities. So that's about it. I'm gonna make this work a little bit better, but I want to show you these real quick. So I said we've got extra blankets, and then for the sleeping bag, this is how I learned in Girl Scouts. Okay, you open it up, you put a blanket in there, and we know that cotton keeps you cool and nylon keeps you warm. So I've got a nylon blanket on the inside, which I'll slide into this, and then I have the cotton in case we need to reverse that or just take the nylon out altogether. And so that's our sleeping bags. I've got my map ready to go. I've got my co-pilot that's just about to, it's getting washed up and ready to go. And then we're heading out to New York. This is how I decided to do the water until we can get another container for the top, the roof rack. And then we'll figure that out. But for now, these are easy for me to lift. Instead of doing a whole 5 gallons at a time to fill it up, or 10-gallon tank or something, I'll be filling these up, and then I'll be getting some new plastic containers as well, because they take on germs and stuff after a while. But yeah, so easy to slide in and out. That's about it. Gotta make sure we're tucked in here. Now Miss Kitty's gonna be coming with me, but we'll have to make a place for her. And I'm just gonna be taking my coffee into the car. So where are y'all at this morning? Hello, is anybody home? It's a windy, little bit drier this morning because apparently it's rained last night. You can see the evidence of that. And it's been very damp and wet. You can see evidence of that. And as soon as I put all my stuff on top, yep, it rained. So that's the nature of the beast. So you just have to roll with the punches, you know what I'm saying? You have to go with whatever life gives you, and you have to make the best of it. And you have to find a way to make the best of it so that you don't drive yourself crazy. I see people do that all the time. They get really going on something and they're upset, and then it makes every day miserable for the next however long until you figure it out. I figured it out, so. Let me sneak inside the car here and. Ooh! Can't wait to get to California. But Tim and I are ready to roll out here. If you guys have any suggestions, we're going to be getting a roof rack carrier, so that'll help us out, putting some stuff away. And then I was going to take the seats out, but my friend Brian was helping me with that. And when I went to take them out, he said, what are you going to do then? Like, you have to take all this stuff out, all the mechanisms and everything, and then you're not going to gain much space down there. And then I'll have to build something out. So I decided to leave it like it is right now. I'm still looking for a bus. So the plan is to, when we're rolling out somewhere, we're gonna look for a bus and find a little mini bus. That'll give me more room. That will be my abode. That's what I'm trying to go for. That's what I've been trying to go for a long time. I've never gotten to the point where I was able to get that rolling. So the plan is to, now that I have this truck in my name, this Jimmy, because I got this as a gift, this Jimmy as a gift from my friend who I helped out for a long time, and he paid me back by, hey, Lily's here. How you doing, Lil? Good to see you. I don't know who else is there. Say hello, guys. I can't see who is there, but well, lost one of you already. But yeah, so I see Lily's getting ready to roll out this morning. And I was just talking about what we put in the back here, and we have some sleeping bags separate. This will be my side, this will be Timmy's side, and then I put these bins in here, and that's each of our clothes, and we got some food and a way to cook, and that's all we need. We're all set. We don't need, you know, the whole hoopla. So hi, Barry. I can't see you, but I see you're out there, so good to see y'all. I was just talking about rolling out. We're not ready to make a trip up to New York today, and then we're gonna be rolling out around the country. Howdy, Barry. Good to see ya. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Yeah, I had a bad connection earlier, so I had to redo it, and you know how that goes. But I saw you were live, Lily, a couple times, and I didn't get to see the final outcome. But I want to encourage you, just keep doing it. You know, even if people are coming on later, they're arriving on later, they'll still see your video. So don't be shy. You're doing a great job, and I love your videos, and I think they're really awesome. And I like what you're doing out there. You're a girl that's tough, that can do some work, and I like that. So I'm trying to encourage you to keep going. But yeah, these live little jammers are just, you know, a way to connect with y'all, and yeah. like I was saying, we're gonna be getting ready to get a bus. All right, that's my girl. That's my girl. Us women gotta stick together sometimes. No offense, Barry. But, you know, I see that she's doing a good job and she's trying to get rolling there. But, and I really like her content. I love that van that you had this morning. I saw, is that something you're gonna be rolling out in? Or, I'm not sure who Brett is. Or is Brett gonna be rolling out in that van? At any rate, I love it. I love the setup. And my friend has a van just like that, except hers is just a twin bed in the back. She doesn't have the availability to put the side by side with the table down. So I love yours even better because you can make that into a really nice big space to sleep, and also to go back there and have a table and eat and look at the TV or whatever you want. Or I think the laptop thing was a great idea, that swing arm. That's a great idea. So maybe I'll be using that later on. Yes, yes. I like it. I'm glad you showed us. I really like that video. It's cool to see how everybody lives out there, you know, on the road. So I think you guys missed my mishap. I spilled my whole cup of coffee on my foot earlier when I was trying to open the back and show you. But yeah, so we're gonna take all this stuff out of here once we get a van. I'm gonna be selling this. This is my Jimmy, and this thing has served me well, I must say. This is what I went out for 8 months, and it's a 4x4. And yes, I'm disabled, but I try to do the best that I can every day. Don't get down on it. And I'm in pain every day, but whatever, life goes on. But this thing has served me well, and I lived in it comfortably. The only thing I couldn't do really was stand up or sit up fully, which I need to practice more of my posture. But so when we get a bus, we'll just take all this few things that we have, and I'd like to make a platform bed that we can store stuff underneath of. Either that, let me put my coffee down, or you know, you can always put some storage up here when you're in a bus. Like, you can have either some shelves or some cabinets or something like that. So that's the plan, and that's what I hope for. So we'll see what rolls our way, or which way we roll, whichever one. And we're going to be heading out then to, I think, to the south. We were talking a little bit about the maps last week, and I gotta plug y'all in because my battery's going dead. Let's see, not that one. It's this one. Plug her in. There we go. So yeah, all right, I'll put you up here now. And that don't work. So no matter what you got, just roll out in it, because otherwise you'll never get yourself out there. And I found that out. I had no options last year. I was in a bit of a bind because I have a low income. It's very hard for me to do work more than, say, a half an hour, an hour. I have to do a little bit, then I go rest. A little bit more, then I go rest. That's my whole day. So as long as I do that, I can keep my body moving and okay. It's not going to be super overwhelming, you know, for me. So I encourage you all to do that too. You just got to keep moving. And if something doesn't work out, it will. You just have to have the will to keep trying. Keep trying. So I rolled out in this, and I had a hell of a time. I had a great time seeing all kinds of places all over the United States. I went out to the RTR. I saw a whole bunch of family on the way. And then we went over to Holtville Springs, Hot Springs. And I went with a couple gals that I met over at the RTR. And then I went out on my own. I went up the coast, the Pacific Coast Highway. Did some soul searching. Saw some beautiful, amazing scenery that just lifted my soul. And then I went up and I actually found a gal that was backpacking. And so we hit it off and we started talking, and she needed a ride up to San Francisco. just so happened that's the way I was going. Um, and so we rolled up. We stayed off the interstate and the tolls and all that, so we did some of the byways, and I got her up to San Francisco, and that's where my son lives. So I was ultimately headed up there anyway. But this year, I think I found her in Ventura. So managed with a 1987 Chevy Blazer, took out the back seat. Awesome. That's what I was trying to do, but it's hard to find good help, and my body doesn't work, so I need some help sometimes. But that's what I was trying to do, roll out with, take the back seat out and then have some storage underneath that compartment, but didn't work out. Yeah, so my plan this year is to pick up from Ventura and then go up the coast, continue up the coast. This time I'll have my son with me, so we're gonna go all the way up. So I'm gonna be riding the 101 up into Washington, and then got some family up there I want to see, and then make my way maybe across the north this time. I haven't seen the north yet, but in the springtime I would like to see the north this time. Like, Mount Rushmore. I'm trying to do all the national parks, of course. I'm a big national park supporter. I was trained in law enforcement so that I could be a ranger, and then I never got there. So frustrating. You have to be 32 or younger to pick up a full-time gig federally, because they want you out, like at 20 and out. So wasn't able to pick up any full-time work, and it's kind of shoddy. So I was raising 3 kids at the time, and I had to make do. So I picked up a law enforcement job and did that for quite a while, and then became disabled. And so now I'm continuing just to try to live every day a great life. So this is the way that I've found to do it. And after I left San Francisco, I went over to Sedona and met some friends. We spent some time in the slabs. That was great fun. Place you could really let your hair down and not have to worry about much of anything, really, except being kind to others so that they're kind to you. So that's the way that life works, really. You give respect, you get respect. So I'm not afraid of anybody there, and I've made a lot of great friends actually out of there, great acquaintances, and fun people, neat people, colorful people. Then I rolled out to Sedona, and man, that was the place where I found my soul. It was just amazing. I can't even put it into words how amazing that trip was. And then after that was all done, I went back down south to Route 10, and I traveled all the way east on Route 10. And then I spent a little time in North Carolina, a little time in Texas. I went out and saw my father, who lives down in Houston area. My sister's in San Antonio area. And then stayed with some friends in North Carolina. And then I came home for the summer. Home where my heart is. My daughter, my grandsons, I spent a wonderful summer with them. So that was great. And I got to take them out on the road a little bit. And my 2 younger ones, 10 and 4.5 they are. Okay, so it was great fun. We went to Tennessee. We took a trip to New York State. Actually, I'm going to be rolling out today with my son to New York State. We got to pick up, I think, a tank or something for my friend Brian. So we're going to be doing that. And then next week, I've got my grandson coming to stay the week with his mom, so I'll be driving him back and forth to school and stuff. We have to get her a car. I'm trying to get my daughter a car. She needs to get her license, so she's going to get her license. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of tank it is. I don't even know. He just told me the coordinates, and I have to go pick that up for him. He just doesn't have the time to roll up there to get this tank of some kind. I hope that I could fit it somehow on the top of my car or in my car, so wish me luck with that. And by one way or the other, we'll get it here. So so yeah, I'm on a mission to do that. I help him with some things. He's been giving me a little paperwork and things like that I can do for a little extra money. Like I said, I'm trying to get my daughter a car. so she can get her son back and forth to school, because he lives in a different town with his father and they go to the school district there. So that's hard. She can get the license. I'll give her a ride up to Harrisburg and get that all straightened out and get her test and everything done. So now she can have a way to get. She's always relied on other people, which was fine, but now she needs to be self-sufficient. She's come to a point where she realizes she needs to be self-sufficient. So I would really love to see that for her. So I'm trying as much as I can to get these guys on the, you know, back up on the running path and get her done. So that's about it for today. I think I'm gonna hop off here, go get my son, and then we're gonna roll out. So hopefully the little one has a babysitter for tonight, and if not, we'll just bring him along with us, right? That's all we can do. So we'll put a little seat in the back and fix him right up. So you all have a good day, and thanks for stopping by. Hit that like button for me if you would be so kind. Good to see you, Barry. Good to see you, Lily. Thanks for stopping by. Glad I caught you too. I'll see you on the rebound. Happy trails.